Hi Cancer, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your 8th through the 14th of July readings. These are going to be general messages, guys. I did a separate video for the astrology that I'm linking below in the description box. We have a lot of really cool stuff happening this week astrologically, especially Chiron is going to be going retrograde in Aries from July 11th to December 15th, which is 150 days of 57 days of healing that we're going to be going through. So really good stuff. So let's pull a Rebel Oracle first to begin before we get into our Celtic cross spread. Then I'm going to be just explaining for relationship, career, whatever comes up. Then at the end, guys, I'm going to sweep that. I'm going to do a love only portion after the Celtic cross spread. Okay, so let's see what comes up with our Rebel. Oh, nice. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. So I like this for you, Cancer, because this tells me that if you're resonating with this is telling me that for some time now, your heart and your mind have been in conflict over something. And that conflict is going to be ending. Yeah, your heart and your heart and your head have been in conflict. I'm going to say like over the course of your life, though, right? And this has brought you struggle and sometimes even a lot of suffering. But this energy brings you the message that a truce is soon going to be happening for there to be an appropriate outcome that's really good for you. And what I like about this is it's almost like instead of your mind leading, your heart is going to lead, and your mind is going to be trained to follow your heart, if that makes sense. So I do feel like there's some sort of culmination coming for you having to do with, this is a general message. So in any area of your life where you feel like there's that stagnation, that not knowing, if it's that relationship, if it's having to do with the job, if it's having to do with, where you're going in your life in general, I do feel like your heart is tugging at you to go in one direction, feeling a strong resonance with one path, but then your mind is jumping in there saying, no, well, you can't do that because of A, B, and C, or whatever. Okay, so I see though that your heart is going to be winning out with this, which is a nice energy to have. Good. Let's throw the Astro Dice, pull a card, and see what we have here. 12th house, Cancer, Moon. Okay. So let's talk about the moon first. What is your gut telling you? Isn't that interesting, right? Because that's kind of, this is kind of what the Rebel Oracle is telling us, right? About really following your heart. What is your soul telling you, right? The moon is your soul. What are you feeling? The moon is I feel, right? Really getting in touch with that. Yeah. And then we have the 12th house energy. So this is telling me that whatever is on your heart and your mind right now, this is not an issue that you could just sit down and figure out with like a pad and pen. You really need to dive into your own deep end and really listen for messages, for synchronicities, watch for synchronicities, anything like that. And not just trying to figure out in a mental way. Really listen to your heart, listen to your soul. And you're really learning that applying less resistance and more compassion is an act of strength and not weakness. So you really want to get in touch with what you can and you can't control having to do with this situation. But I see you doing it very... in very deep introspection, right? Because the moon is I feel, but the moon is I feel underneath. It's what I feel in private. It's what I'm really not sharing with anyone, right? Yeah. And then we have Cancer. So Cancer is that metaphorical home space, right? And Cancer is the 4th house, and it is ruled by the moon. So this is a pretty strong energy, but it's really time to look at the balance here, right? Between giving and receiving in your life right now. Are you getting back what you give? Do you feel balance? Is there balance in your life right now? Do you feel safe? Do you feel secure in your decisions in the place where you are right now? Having to do with that career, having to do with that relationship, that family connection, whatever it is. So really getting in touch with that. It's good messages that we're getting here. Yeah. Okay. And let's pull an astro card. Let's see what energy we need to tap into for this week. Saturn. Yeah. Saturn, good old Saturn, the great taskmaster. I love Saturn. Not the easiest energy to navigate through, right? Because there's resistance, there's delay, there's struggle, there's karma, there's structure. But once we get through it and we do what we need to do, there are the most benefic gifts on the other side that last a very long time. So I feel like you're entering a phase right now, Cancer, where you're going to be needing to make some very significant changes in your life, having to do with either career, your general life direction, a relationship that's going to have a profound impact over the long term. But it's going to be inciting that you really put the work into your life, but you're going to get such a great benefit on the other side. So let's see what we get. I did already shuffle these, but I like to do a last shuffle on camera. Let's see what the Celtic cross is going to tell us. And again, I do apply these for relationship as well as career and whatever else comes up. So, current situation, we have the Knight of Wands crossing the Chariot. Okay, crossing by the Chariot, 5 of Cups, 2 of Coins. The World. Coming into this energy, we have the World. King of Swords, living your truth. 6 of Coins right now. Good. 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Death card in the fear position. Beautiful. So, who else got the Sun as the outcome? I think Gemini did. Very nice. So double reinforcement if you have Gemini in your chart as well. So starting from the past, this could be yesterday, last week, last month, last year, right? The energies don't understand the difference. The World is a beautiful energy. It's Saturn though, right? This is exactly why I like Saturn, right? Because the World, we say, is the most benefic card in the deck. This and the Sun, arguably, right? But this is really about just kind of being in that sweet spot of exactly where you're supposed to be, right? But it's only through very, very hard work. So this tells me that, in the recent past, Cancer, you were in this space where you were just throwing your all into something and you were really making something happen for yourself. You were absolutely on that right path. You really did believe that you were on that right path. And we have the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands coming in. It's crossed by the Chariot. So the Knight of Wands, wands are well, right? Wands are well. And this is a Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. So for many of you, this can be a new relationship, you meeting a new relationship, Scorpio and Sagittarius, where you're very attracted to this person. There's a lot of passion, a lot of sexual chemistry going on here. But somebody who is, very motivated to be with you, who really wants to have something with you, okay? Now, because it's a core card, we have to understand it as somebody else, you, or just a general energy. If this is you being full of fire and passion in your belly to do something particular, to move in a certain direction in your life, whether it's with a relationship, with somebody, in a career, in a major, in school, some sort of trajectory moving forward. You feeling really, really excited. And we have this being crossed, and as a general influence, it would incite the same thing, right? That there's this influence of passion and motivation and strong fire in your belly to move something forward, right? Because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. It's about moving forward with a lot of passion and excitement, but with luck and expansion, and with your integrity. So, I do like that. So, however whether it's somebody coming in and you're moving forward with them, or you just having this fire in your belly to move forward in something, to me, this is a really nice energy. It's being crossed by the Chariot, which is interesting because the Chariot is a Cancer energy. This is you guys. But it's recognizing that you were on a path that was not meant for you. And it doesn't have to be like your entire life, Cancer. You understand? It doesn't have to be a relationship. It doesn't have to be there is an area in your life where you're recognizing that you have not been on your rightful path. So you're getting on the Chariot and you're going towards that metaphorical home space. You're going back to you. You're going to that Cancer energy, right? So that's what's happening right now. We have the 5 of Cups as the crowning energy, which indicates that there is, in some way, right, disappointment in this toxicity that you're leaving, in something that you're leaving. There's disappointment right now for you. This is kind of what you're focused on, right? Because when we have the 5 of Cups energy, it's so you focus on the 3 cups that are spelt, and you don't really recognize the 2 cups that are still standing. You're just focusing on these 3 guys and not these 2 guys, right? So it's this hyper focus on the negative aspects of a situation. Not to say that you're in a negative mindset per se. It's just that you're not seeing the benefit and the value and the good side of the rainbow, so to speak, just yet, because I feel like you're very focused right now on there being this toxicity that you're needing to leave. But I feel this other energy calling you forward, and I feel like it's this other energy that you're going to be a little conflicted about, because then we have the Two of Coins energy, and the Two of Coins is needing to make a decision. It's pressing the pause button, and it's asking yourself, now keep in mind, this is a Jupiter in Capricorn. Jupiter is about luck and expansion. It expands whatever it's in. So when it expands in Capricorn, Capricorn being ruled by Saturn, it's going to really bring to the forefront the dichotomy of a situation where you're going to realize that there are two paths that you need to choose from. One is significantly more challenging than the other. One is significantly more easy than the other. And what do you want to do? What should you put your energy into to be successful? If it's a relationship, which should I stay single, or should I get into that relationship even though I'm not sure about it? Should I go with this person or should I go with that person? Should I take this job or that job? Should I just stay where I am, or should I venture onto this new path, within this career, or maybe change majors or something to that effect, right? But it's pressing the pause button and realizing, looking out at your life. I mean, that's the important. You see this door, you see the emotions here is water, and the ship is indicative of moving on. Right? So her back is facing the past. She's got the two coins, and she knows she can only take one out that door with her. So it's this needing to decide, what do I do? What do I do? Right? Now, you and only you right now, you're in a Six of Coins position. So I do like this, because this tells me that you are feeling like supported by someone in your life right now. So this could be anybody, right? This could be your partner, a really good friend, a family member, but having what you need, right? The Six of Coins is, I got your back, you have mine, and you do feel supported as you're making some sort of transition here. So if, let's say if this is a relationship transition, the Six of Coins energy, the support system could be your family, could be your children, could be your first family, your siblings, could be, anybody like that who's just really supportive of whatever change you're going through right now. If it has to do with changing careers or changing majors or changing anything like that, this could be a significant other or your family, whoever. But you're just very supported by someone who you really care about in your life to get to that other side. Now, there is an external energy to you. That's the Six of Wands. And what I like about this, besides the fact that this represents success and motivation and passion to move forward in something, this also represents respect. And this is an external energy. So I'm feeling that there is an external energy surrounding you, Cancer, that's very successful, that's very benefic for you to go towards. And what I like about it, though, is it's going to be of value to you, because it's going to value you. And that's so important for the Cancer archetype. I think it's important for everyone, but especially if we have important Cancer placements, such as our Sun, rising, Moon, Venus, feeling safe is a little more important, right? So, and I like this, because I feel like whatever external energy you're moving towards, whether it's a new relationship, whether it's a new job, whether it's just a new general path, I really feel like it's going to be bringing you what it is that you're looking for. In your fear position, we have the death energy. This is the Scorpio, ruled by Pluto. It's all about transformation. You're afraid of change. Yes, you are, Cancer, always. So let's not even labor that point, okay? You're just scared of taking the chance. I get it. But look at the outcome energy. I mean, really? Sun. Beautiful. The sun gives us what we need. It gives us the light and the illumination and the nutrients that we need to cultivate a healthy landscape, to grow exactly what we need, right? As I always say, it's like the sun doesn't shoot down fully formed trees and grown flowers, right? It gives us what we need to actually do that. So this is about you putting in the hard work and you having a beautiful outcome and you being on the right path, which we knew already, though, because of the Chariot. So you have two energies here that absolutely support this. And what I like, though, is you're going to be doing something that strongly resonates with you in the end. Cancer, because the sun rules Leo, and Leo is the the fifth house, and the fifth house is the house of fun, but it's about the house where we do things that we deeply connect with. It's our hobbies. It's things that we do because we choose to. It's love affairs. It's what we do with our partners on a Monday through Sunday basis. It's our connection or relationship to our children or important kids in our life. It's our connection to our entrepreneurial spirit and getting into businesses in ways that are almost more like play for us than anything else, because we so resonate with what we're involved in, right? So this is such a beautiful energy for you to have as the outcome, for sure. Now, in the near future, we have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is a Capricorn and Aquarius, and I love this for you, because Capricorn is all about putting in that hard work. It's Saturn, okay, but it's an Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about doing something different than you've been doing. It's ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the future. What have you been doing? You're going to do something different. So what this tells me as a near future energy, no question, Cancer, is whatever you're doing now, whatever's on your mind now, whatever you're entrenched in now, there's going to be a beautiful shift. A beautiful shift, and you're going to end up doing something different in your career that you're not doing now, but that's going to be really, really solid for you. Now, Capricorn is the sign of work. So the King of Swords very directly means you are going to be doing something different in work that's going to be speaking to your truth way better than anything that you're in right now. That's a very direct, basic, fundamental astrological / tarot interpretation. But when we apply this to a relationship, Capricorn, yes, it's about work. It's about putting in the work that's necessary. So you're going to be putting in the work in a different way than you've been putting it in, or you're going to be putting in work in something different. So if you've been in a relationship where it ended up not being a good thing for you, that where you ended up needing to leave a relationship in the past, in this Chariot energy, because somebody new came in or somebody new came back, whatever the case is, there was this needing to make that decision to leave something in the past. And even though you were sad about it and you felt confused, you had the support system to recognize the benefit in transitioning into allowing yourself to open up to a new relationship. And this is doing a relationship differently than you've ever done before. Completely. And this is what I see. This is what I see for relationship. Now we're going to be continuing with relationship now. I'm going to be sweeping this. I'm going to pull the oracles, okay? Now for those of you who don't want any additional information for relationship, you guys could, I thank you so much for joining us, but you guys could click off now, because the rest is going to be just focus on relationship. We're going to be pulling some love oracle, Island Time Wellness, and some Shadowscape Tarot for additional information. I did already shuffle these guys. Again, let's give some extra shuffle on the camera. Flirt. Trust. Situation is calling for you to have faith. Extend your lighthearted energies to others. Wedding. The situation involves marriage. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Wow. Okay. So, listen, we could even read those 50 different ways. Where if you're leaving something, there's something that needs to be worked out because of the children involved in a circumstance. Okay, it's basic interpretation. And again, wedding doesn't have to mean the actual dun 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 dun, dun, you know what I mean? It could be that level of commitment. Then we have the chaser. So the center line are things on a very emotional level, introspectively, that you're going to be dealing with. Healthy choices. Heartbroken. Talking. Yeah, I do feel like whatever it is that that was toxic, that you needed to move away from in that Chariot energy, is still very heavily in your energy field. And guys, if it is, give yourself a break. Again, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, now Chiron, all in retrograde until, well, Chiron's going to be retrograde until December, but you know, the other four are going to be retrograde until September. So to wait till these, oh, this Two of Pentacles just keeps coming up, for goodness sake. Four of Wands, okay. Nine of Swords. The World, very nice. We got another world. We got another world for you. It's very unusual. All right, listen. The advice here is to flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. This is the advice here. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, yes, the situation involves marriage or that level of commitment. Or for some of you, this could be a situation where, and I'm not judging here, I'm just giving it to you the way you could be meeting someone who is married already. And then we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. So again, this could come out a couple of different ways. First of all, it could indicate you meeting somebody new, and it ultimately meaning to end up at that level of wedding where you guys end up having children together. Or the idea of children comes up and it's a topic of conversation. Others of you may be meeting somebody who is married and there's some sort of situation that has to be worked out with either your children, their children, or both. Or this could have to do with this could also have to do with you ending up having some sort of business with this person, doing some sort of huge project. It doesn't have to indicate children at all, because children's a fifth house energy. So I was, you know, children, energetically, it also falls under anything that we cultivate and love and nurture to growth, right? So that's why it could be some sort of entrepreneurial project together as well. Things you're going to be needing to work through, though. We have the chaser energy. Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. So you may be dealing with that energy, or you may be dealing with somebody who has that energy in them. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. And we have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving and mourning. Then we have talking. Interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hovering. So I do see some of you ending something and still waiting for somebody to come back, but you're opening yourself up to a new energy, or a new energy happens upon you. This is very directly what, because this is what I feel like you're going to be dealing with inside. But then externally, I feel like you're going to be meeting another energy. Now, the additional messages from the tarot, we have the Two of Pentacles. It's feeling confused between two paths. What do you want to put your work into? This is you saying which relationship is easier, or do I feel more comfortable in? What feels more safe for me? You know, on Cancer, right? Again, because safety is such a big thing, it's very common for the archetype of Cancer. Now, I'm not saying all Cancers. That's ridiculous, because we all have other energies in our chart. Cancer's only one room in your house of self. But the archetype Cancer generally does stay in things way past the expiration date, because they have a very hard time letting go. That's the Cancer energy. It just is. And sometimes, you know, the tendency can be to stay in something that's unhealthy because it's easier and familiar, and at least you know what you're dealing with, right? And then we have the Nine of Swords energy, and the Nine of Swords is the 3 a.m. anxiety card, Mars in Gemini. Mars in Gemini, right? Mars is the warrior planet, right? In Gemini, it's about communication. So it's really struggling, anxiety, ruminating thoughts, possible depression here. You know, really trying to figure everything out. How are you going to start that new path in your life, in this having to do with this relationship? How are you going to move forward? How are you going to move past it exactly? You know, trying to figure that out for yourself. And then we have the Four of Wands energy. This is another pause energy. You're pressing the pause button, trying your very best to throw out the bad stuff not make any rash decisions. Press the pause button. Think about your next steps. Because this is Jupiter in Libra. Libra expands whatever it's in. Libra is ruled by Venus. So this is like Jupiter expanding Venus, expanding fairness, expanding the idea of how good do you feel in this connection. And so I think this is a gift, because then we have the world. And the world indicates to me that you've been through a whole lot in relationship. And it's time for you to really reap the benefits and get the rewards of having your heart put through all that it's been put through. And it's time for you to have your heart taken care of. And trusting your heart to somebody who's going to take care of it. Who you trust. And who's not going to treat your heart casually, but treat it with respect and consideration in the way that you need. So I see beautiful energy coming in for you. Unbelievably beautiful. I also see you being very conflicted because of an unhealthy energetic connection that's still hanging out inside of you. It's still swimming around in there. I don't care when it ended. This is a toxic something that needs to end. Right? We get the chaser energy here. You know you need to make healthy choices. You're feeling heartbroken though. There's a lot of back and forth that I feel going on at a very visceral level for you, Cancer. So you want to make sure that you make good choices right now, but don't make anything flippantly. You know what I mean? Wait for the energies to chill out a little bit, right? Mercury's retrograde in you guys right now, right? So things can be a little upside down, but it's going direct, right? It's stationing direct on the 12th, but it's not going to be out of shadow until the 26th. So just wait a little bit, right? Things are like very confusing for you guys right now, in at least a couple of areas of life right now, right? It's really having to do with communication, but yeah. All right, my friends, that is what I have. If this was helpful in some way, please like, subscribe, share. You guys know what to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate each of you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.